Hey, Shalom. Kahala Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. This is Matthew from the GMS Dallas camp. And just wanted to go into a quick lesson, Lord willing this to be edifying. With this video here, I wanted to go into learn not the way of the heathen. All right. And I just wanted to get right into it in regards to celebrating Christmas with a big Christmas tree. All right. I'm going to get right into it, and then we'll jump into some scriptures. Lord willing this to be edifying.
Annual event now in its 88th year. News 4's Gus Rosendale tracked the tree's journey from its old home in Oneonta, and he was there as it rolled into town.
Right down here. Can I get your mat right down here? Thank you, guys.
The paparazzi relentless as New York's newest and biggest star showed up for its debut. Like with any true star, no exact age was given, though insiders say this Norway spruce is likely around 75 years old.
So it's a nice tradition to kick off the holiday season for our family.
We do know for sure the height, 75 feet. And a hefty 11 tons or so requires some special handling.
Something exciting that they can count on.
Onlookers, no matter their age, impressed by the sight.
Happy closets, a cool tree.
Yes, the 2020 Rockefeller Center Christmas tree is here. Donated by a family from Oneonta.
My hope is that people will just walk by and be able to put a little bit of sadness or anger aside and just enjoy the tree.
The tree found a parking space in Midtown early Saturday morning, hours before it rounded the corner along West 49th Street, and began setting up shop at the plaza above the Rock Center ice rink.
This year we just made sure we did everything nice and safe. Everybody took their time. We did everything a little extra slow this year.
As they do every year, the tree is slowly and carefully hoisted into place. Something different, though, this year, being 2020, we're seeing smaller crowds for the installation. An official word on how people will socially distance in the weeks ahead here at the tree, expected from the mayor's office in the next couple of weeks. But at the end of the day, everyone here very happy that this tradition is still on. The sun shined down as the tree went up, and holiday spirits seem to be on the rise, too.
With everything going on, it's just nice to have a little bit of normalcy, I guess.
As the tree trades the forest for life among skyscrapers and helps the big city remember, through good times and bad, the holidays always come to town.
All right. So with this, we're seeing that this tree that they're putting up, it was actually cut down from a family. They had it on their land. The tree, they said, is probably around 80-some years old. And so they have cut down a tree that was a blessing from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? And they have cut this tree down just to put it in a damn plaza in New York, just to celebrate one day. Okay? And they said this is a tradition. This is a heathen tradition that our people follows because they don't know. Our people won't even consider, okay? Hosea 4:6, our people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. But what I want to do is type in tradition definition, right? Now, when you go into where it says tradition, it says the transmission of customs or beliefs, okay? So this is something they believe in, all right? From generation to generation, or the fact of being passed on this way. Okay, going to the second definition, theology, a doctrine, okay, believed to have divine authority, though not in the scriptures. Okay, look at that. A doctrine believed to have divine authority, though not in the scriptures. Okay, so this is divinity. This is basically a god, okay? Because people can go get around it, they're gonna worship it, and it's gonna be this New Year's countdown, but they're gonna worship it, especially on that day. They're gonna deck it with all type of like gold and silver and lights. this is something that everybody, like you said, it's going to bring back the spirit of the holiday. Okay, this is a wicked spirit that is bringing forth through Esau Edom, where our people follow the ways and traditions of this this, of so-called Christmas. Okay, all right, that's why it says Xmas. They're Xing out the true Savior, the true Messiah. Okay, Yahweh Shai. All right, he wasn't a white man. He was a so-called black man, which is Israelite. All right, what I want to pull up here. Okay, so I wanted to get into some scriptures here, because our people don't supposed to be following the heathenistic ways of Esau, Edom, and like you say, all this can go back to Babylonian worship. This is Jeremiah chapter 10. It says, "Hear ye the word of Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel." It's not talking to everyone. It's talking to you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans. And we are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So if the spirit resonates with you, then you possibly could be an Israelite. Okay? It says, verse 2, "Thus saith Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen." Okay? And who are the heathens? Those are the other nations in the world who are not Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Out of 18 nations, the Lord chose one. Okay? He said, "You have only I've known out of the world, out of the earth." Okay? Keep going. "And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain." All right? When you go into that word vain, it's like a vapor. It's like, it's nothing. Okay, let's keep going. "For one cutteth a tree out of the forest." All right, they're killing the trees. When they cut that tree down and took it over to Times Square for one damn night, they destroyed and killed the tree for one night. And they're gonna cut it up and disperse it, or put it through a wood chipper or what have you. That is a huge tree. A tree that was almost 100 years old, possibly was 100 years old. Okay, it says, "The work of the hands of a workman with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold." And that's what they're going to do to it. Put all these lights on. Now in the modern day, they put a lot of lights on it. But back in the day when they didn't have electricity and things like that, they would deck it with gold and silver, which they still do today. It's just basically, it's got more advanced, right? Okay, they fasten it with nails and with hammers that it not move. All right, it says, "They are upright as a palm tree, but speak not." All right, because it's letting you know this is a idol. Okay, as we read about the traditions, what it says, "A doctrine believed to have divine authority, though not in the scriptures." So that divine authority is not in the scriptures. Okay, it's not the way of righteousness. It's not the way of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. All right. And it says, back in verse 5, it says, "They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good." Okay, so this is something that our people, Israelites, the 2/3 have took and ran with it. And then, as the scriptures say, we're supposed to come out of her, our people, pursuant to Micah 2:10, or was it 10:2? We supposed to come out of her. We supposed to not learn the ways of the heathen, as it says up here. And this is one of the heathen rituals and the heathen idols that they worship, and our people worshiping not knowing, because our people are destroyed from a lack of knowledge. Okay, they reject knowledge. So the 2/3 of Israel, the Lord is going to reject them. Okay. All right, this is Leviticus 18. Oh, Salakia. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Leviticus 18, verse 3. Okay. It says, after this doing of the land of Egypt, let's start at verse 1. It says, and Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am Yahweh your power. Okay. That's who we suppose, that is our righteous power. That's who we supposed to be worshiping, not the damn tree. Okay. That's cut down from the forest. Verse 3, it says, after the doing of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do? Okay. So it says, after the doing of the land of Canaan, so what we say that was a Babylonian captivity, going back all the way back to the Babylonians. Whether I bring you, shall ye not do, neither shall ye work in their ordinances. So we don't supposed to be doing what these other heathen nations supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be separate from these other nations. Okay? And Israel have took on these customs, and throughout the years, like you say, because I grew up in a Christian church. I used to celebrate the same thing, because we don't have no understanding. We just know we're going to get presents growing up, and that basically entice us to just, hey, as kids, that's what we want. We're going to get something that we don't get all year round, abundance of presents and games and toys. Then as we get older, we get in that custom in our, and as we get grown and get older, adults, and we have kids, we want to follow those same customs. But as the men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, when you come out of the worldly ways and start researching it and getting taught the truth, you realize all these things are basically is in vain. Okay. And you start to understand what true idols are. What do our people worship? Because you be like, oh, wherever you believe in and you have faith in, you know what I'm saying? Because our people have faith in this time. Okay, this is a wicked season here, and wherever you have that faith in that people, you get to a point where you're worshiping it. When you go to pick up those presents as a kid, what do you do when you get under that tree? You get on your knees, you go, thank you, this and that. You're praying. You're basically praising this divine entity that you see, which is nothing but wood and wood. You know what I'm saying? That they have dressed up. It cannot move, it cannot speak to you. So basically you're turning your back on Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? And the Lord said he was sick of your feast days. And this is one of the feast days that you have took hold of, which is not a holy day of Israel. Okay? This is a heathen holy day. And what did he say? He said back in verse 3, he said, I'm gonna read it again. After the doings of the land of Egypt, wherein ye dwelt, shall not ye do it? Shall not ye do? After the doings of the land of Canaan, whether I bring you, shall ye not do? Neither shall ye walk in their ordinances. Okay, so he brought us into Egypt, and we came out, dude, because Moses brought us out, right? And we went out to the wilderness. And what does it says in Salakia, where it says in Deuteronomy 28 and 68, he said he will bring us to Egypt again by way of ships. But he said whether he bring you, you still should not, basically, you still should not do what the heathen's doing. You still should go out with your laws, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. But yet we want to cut these trees down, and we want to worship a non-living power, right? This is it 20, 23? Salakia. This is Leviticus, and I think this will be the last one here. Leviticus 20 and 23. It says, I'm going to start at verse 22. Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments. That's why we're supposed to walk in the law, statute, and commandment to the best of our ability. All right. And do them. Okay. That the land whither I bring you that dwell therein spare you not out. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nations. Okay. Those are the heathens. The other nations are the heathens, which I cast out before you. All right. So he has brought these before us, and we still worshiping what their powers. Okay. For they committed all these things, and therefore I abhorred them. Okay. He have abhorred them. So what does abhor mean? Let's see. That's all right. Kawath. I don't think you can see it.
Strong's H, 6973. Coots. Coots. Second entry. Coot.
All right. Coot. It says to grieve, loathe, before feeling of loathing, abhorrence, or sickening dread. Okay. He said he would not abhor them. He's not going to grieve over them. Okay. And so I just wanted to bring that out. Like I said, this is something that we're supposed to be not celebrating, but our people are getting ready for it. And like you say, with 2020, what's going on with all the wars, rumors of wars, famine, all the pestilence going on around the world, just best believe, you know what I'm saying, we're measuring the time diligently, as it says the second Ezra, and we knowing that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to come back and make his return. And we're supposed to be getting ready, not celebrating this bull, that BS that's going on around the nation of Babylon the Great. Okay, the mystery daughter of Babylon. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahad, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.